Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. It's Friday, August 9th. You're watching Step into the Portal. As we
Howdy,
do, I am here with Shuffle and Matt. What's up, Shuffle
Shuffler.
and Matt?
I'm going to be playing an unsleeved deck. It feels dirty, wrong. I'm excited about it.
Nice. Yeah. So we decided to play these Critical Role decks again. So Matthew cracked his copy, and I found mine, and we're going to play a little live again. I'm fresh off a visit from my nation's capital, not yours.
I think we tried to burn it down.
What'd you say?
We tried to burn it down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What the heck? I read about that. That was mean.
Well, you know.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I got to visit a lot of places and whatnot, which was neat to see. And I don't know, museums are always funny because you walk through them and it's like, oh, you're seeing all this awesome stuff, and then when you get back and you try to tell people, it's like, I don't know, just go see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if I go through all that stuff, it could be kind of like it's a lot. But I highly recommend everybody go see Planet Word, which is a really cool museum, kind of in the White House area, all about words. And they had these really cool videos and very interactive. I would say it was like a 3-story, and they told you like go to the top floor. And I did feel like as it went down, it was a little bit less. Like they were highly interactive. They had really amazing things. As it came down, it was a little bit less, but it wasn't a long museum to get through. You know, it was one of these ones, 3 floors, maybe 2-3 galleries on every floor.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I forgot how cool the second floor was. The third floor was a really neat, like, get you into the interactive, but I forgot the second floor was actually really cool. It actually had some hidden doors if you could find them. There were like videos behind hidden doors.
That
was really neat.
There's a place in Las Vegas, which is the place on this planet I want to go to least. But I have heard it's this huge museum kind of gallery experience thing. But if you want to, it's also a massive like puzzly escape room type thing that you can do.
Interesting.
Apparently it's great.
You can kind of pick, yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you anymore. That's interesting.
What? Hello?
You're back.
Okay. Yeah, so that was neat though. But the other thing they did a really good job with, it was like they had a room that was basically a library, and they had books where you could take a book and put it on a stand, and then it would like give you an overview of the book with like a picture with like a narrator talking about it.
Being in a Star Trek holodeck. That sounds awesome.
But then in addition, around that room, they had like, I guess you'd call them shadow boxes or dioramas.
Yeah.
But they were dark. You couldn't see in, and you had to say a line from the show. And then when from the book, oh my gosh, that's terrible. If you spoke the line out loud from the book, it would like audio trigger it, and then you'd see the box, you'd see the diorama, and that was really cool too.
That sounds wicked. Yeah, I love stuff like that. I've been to DC one time, but he was kind of like driving through it, and then because I was going to Maryland, and it was kind of we had to go through DC, and it was more like there's the White House.
Yeah,
let's go. It's like from the road, you know. So
yeah, no, it was cool, and it was neat to see, you know, all the things, and you know, there's a lot of quotes, obviously, that a lot of the famous founding fathers, etc., or even think of people like Martin Luther King or Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who are more modern, right? And it's just, they're very inspiring quotes. Like, okay, this is where we want nations to be at. Like, you know,
it's funny. I think of like the Lincoln Memorial. I think of that episode of The Simpsons, and it's like, Mr. President, you know, asking Lincoln all your problems. But yeah. So
that's neat.
I think this is fairly well shuffled. We'll find out.
All right, and Jeremiah is with us per usual. Says the boys are back in town. I am back in town.
So I'm playing a 7-hander, not the brave, irritable goblin. And I'll just put my deck there. Let's see how well shuffled this is. Okay, those are all cards that are different. Excellent. And this is what I'm playing. And I have, enhance twice per turn, add the top card of your discard pile to your hand. And I can discard one random card. Well, I have to. If you discard a copy of the same card, add it to your momentum. So if I draw a card from my discard pile and discard a copy of the same card, I can put it in momentum. I'm assuming it can be literally the same card.
Yeah.
So if I draw one, then discard it as well. And I've got enhance mill one, which is Magic the Gathering term that's made it into other games, literally, because it's from a Magic card called Millstone, I think. Mill one, if you have less health than your rival, which odds are I will, your attack gets +1 damage and gains stun 1. So 7-hander, 22 health. That's who I am. And I'm sure there's lots of lore and stuff, but I know nothing of Critical Role.
I subscribed to their channel after playing these decks, but I don't think I've watched more than a minute.
I know I've got some friends who are like Paula, for instance. She's a big Critical Role fan, but
and I don't have anything against them.
No, of course not. They're just they're good at what they do, and they were there at the beginning, I think, and they just do a good job. And
no, they seemed entertaining. They're definitely camera friendly people, which is good.
Yeah, they're real professional as well. So.
Unlike us, no. All right. I am also playing a 7-hander, so this could be a quick match. I have 22 health. What was your health, Pool?
22. So.
Oh, look at that. All right. I am Vaxildan, Cunning Thief. So enhance your ranged or weapon attack gets +3 speed. It gets -1 speed for each other attack in your card pool. So that's interesting because I feel like in Universus they don't often use the other word. So they're very clear here. Like often people are like, oh, I play the attack and it counts for itself, and it does. But here it's specific that it doesn't. And then I can, as a form, I can commit him and commit a foundation, and you lose health equal to the number of attacks in my card pool, and then I clear one.
Oh,
so just
God.
Direct damage.
That's horrible. I don't like that at all.
I mean, if I get 3, right, it's just 3 additional damage. So.
And you get to clear your card pool? That's so good. That's like the most powerful ability in the game.
Yeah. It's good. Wow. So we'll see how this goes. All right. Shall we roll?
4.
8. I shall go first.
As is your right, as host and winner of the roll.
That's right. All right. Winner of the roll. We get 7 cards. Even better.
Yeah. I've also got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do. I might get rid of some. I might do a bit of a mulligan. I have some description here, actually.
I know I'm considering, but I think I'll just have to stick with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's this one. I'm gonna mull 6 of my 7 cards.
All right, while you do that, I'm going to get my checks going. I'm going to play Elvish Tutoring on a 2. Checks a 3. I'm going to play Prank War on a 3. Checks a 4. I'm going to play Dragon Lore Expert on a 3. Checks a 3. And another Dragon Lore Expert on a 4. Checks a 6. I will build 4. Pass turn to you.
I'm just doing a quick shuffle. All right, I have some cards with the number 1 on them now, which is what I was kind of hoping to grab. All right, I'm going to go with Button Collector on a 3. Check to 5. I'm going to go with Spreading the Word on a 3. Checked a 5. I'm going to go with The Best Detectives on a 3. Check to 5. Wow, this is pretty. And I'm going to go with Trickster's Blessing on a 4. Check to 3. And I'll tap my character to get that out. There we go.
Okay.
After you.
I will review this bear. I think the bear's name is Trinket.
Possibly.
I remember that bear from playing prior. All right, I will review that card and draw 5. Let's see where we're at. Okay. I see how this works. All right, so we will play Venomous Dagger Slash on a 5. Checks a 3. 4, 5.
Okay.
Then our first enhance will be to give it +3 speed and -1 for every other attack. There aren't any other attacks, so it's +3 speed. So that makes it a 7 speed low for 5 damage.
7 low, 7
Yeah.
speed for 5. Okay,
got
so let's go with, let's just get this out and add a 1 and do that for 5 so I know what's going on. I gotta read some cards.
Yeah.
Literally cracked the plastic off this to play this to play. So,
no worries.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to commit. My first enhance is going to be commit. Add 1 pamphlet counter to a card in your rival's stage. This attack gets. Nope, let's not do that. That has to be on my turn. It's only plus. It's not plus or minus. Spend a momentum. Okay, I'm going to commit button collector to draw a card. After you.
I will pass.
I think I'm also passing. So I've got a
7 low for 5.
Okay, so for 7, I'm going to block. I think I'd take 5, if I'm honest. So I will do that. Do you know what? I make that joke all the time, and no one ever gets what the heck I'm talking about. And you picked it up brilliantly. I always go, I'm going to take 5. Find my UVS tracker. So you're 22 as well, correct?
Say it again.
You're 22.
Oh, I'm 22 as well, yeah.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And
let's do a 17. Fiery Dagger Flourish.
Ooh, let's.
On a 5, checks a 5. And I'll give it the same enhance, so it's a 7 mid for 4.
That's some pretty quick cards you got going on over there.
Yeah.
7 mid for 4. I know that the 4 is the opposite side of the 3, so I should be able to find them. Yeah, there's very little I can do, so I pass at the moment.
All right, and my next enhance will be if this attack deals damage, destroy 1 committed rival foundation.
Oh no, the one that draws me cards. I like that one. That's great. And it wants me to have multiple copies of it. That's rude. So let's try to block this of some description. Any more enhances for you?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. So 7 mid. Oh, this is not gonna. I'm going to attempt to block this with a 2. So it's going to be 7, 8, 9. I need to check a 6 essentially to block this, really.
Unless you have your character.
Nope.
Nope.
Not at the moment. Check a 6, 5. Okay. I take it again.
All right, down to 13. Quickest game ever.
Yeah, this could be. If you had a Godzilla attack right now, it'd be over.
That's true.
Just over.
I will use my form then. Commit this and commit a foundation to deal damage to you equal to the attacks in my card pool. So I'll deal 2 more to you.
That's incredible. That's great. That is.
And then I will remove a card, clear 1 card. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know what the term clear means. I assume it means discard.
Discard. I think clear means discard from your card pool. Like
Interesting.
from the I
always just think of discard, destroy, But yeah, I guess clear would just be
You
that.
clear from the card pool, I believe. But
Yeah. All right, but this card says after this card leaves your card pool during the combat phase, your rival loses 1 health.
are you okay? I'm down to 10. This
Down
is
to
going to be
10.
over so quick. All right, I got to kill you next turn. That's all there is to it.
Right. All right. Trinket on a 3.
Yeah.
Got me a bear. Then I'll play Flirting and Flattery on a 3. And Clasp Membership on a 3.
Okay.
Checks a 3. Ooh, that's a shiny card. I can't wait to play that. Storm of Arrows. All right. I only have 3 foundations, though, so you can do similar damage. I do gain a momentum.
You do indeed. All right. I'm going to draw. Okay. I need to look at these a little bit. Yeah, how do you know one more cards out at the top of your deck? If you... Okay, I'm gonna go with. Oh, gosh, I'd be out. I'd be completely out the tournament by now if I was. This was real. I just dropped my cards, then went off camera to pick some more cards. All right, I'm gonna go.
You're good.
With
You're good. You're good. We're
Spirit,
playing new decks.
I'm gonna go with Spirit Lollipop.
Yep.
Oh, this has an enhance from hand.
Is that the lollipop one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I might not go with enhance from hand. I might not play that. Ignore that. I'm going to go with something else because the enhance from hand is going to be helpful for the next attack, I think. All right, brilliant. I'm going to go with Tinkerer's Bolt. This is on a 4. Check to 5. So my first enhance is going to be if you have less health than your rival, this attack gets +1 damage and gains stun 1. I do have less health than you. So this is a 3 low for 5 now. And it has stun 1. Which that might come into play momentarily.
I'm going to pause to answer Jeremiah's question here. Jeremiah says, do you net deck? If so, by what percentage? Like having general inspiration versus outright copy. All right, cool. So it's an interesting question. I'll answer it in general for all card games. I would say in general, no, I don't net deck, but I definitely have. And I think net decking is actually an important part of TCGs. I think that you want to play the net decks or play against the net decks because it gives you a general feel for what players are finding powerful, useful, etc. So it gives you a basis to build what you might make, which would be called a rogue deck, which would be something trying to defeat those decks.
The rock, paper, scissors of card games, right? You know?
Right. So I actually think they're super important. So in Star Wars, I've done a lot more of it, playing the decks that are coming out, but I'm building decks weekly for Star Wars. So I'm playing whatever's popular, and then I'm moving on past it. I also currently have 6 Star Wars decks built and ready to go at any given time. So I have a variety of decks. For Universus, I haven't done a lot of net decking. There were a couple characters I really liked, like Jiro was one that I played a lot of, and who is the? Oh my gosh,
Hatsune?
Who is the? No, it's killing me to not remember their names.
Describe them to me.
He's a teacher. He's kind of dark. I think so. Yes. What's his other name?
Oh.
Anyway, I played him, and he has the whole thing. So I was able to talk to people who played those characters popularly, and get ideas behind their decks as well, and use some of theirs. But typically, what I've done in Universus is I've done something like, "Oh, look at this card, Storm of Arrows." That and somebody might say, I might watch a video or something, and somebody says, "Oh, if you play Storm of Arrows with this character, Vexhalia, imagine blah 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 blah." Or imagine playing a kick deck with this character. Yeah. And that's where I've gotten a lot of my inspiration for my Universus decks, is somebody saying, imagine this type of card in this deck. So often my attacks are built off of an idea that I heard from somebody, whereas the rest of the deck I then flush out myself.
I think with so because when I was getting into Universus, which I'm still in the fledgling stages of Universus, I feel like because there's a lot going on with this game, and I think when I started, I think net decking, because I built that Giro 2 deck, right, that I played.
All right.
But I net decked. I found a Giro 2 deck that was good and worked well in a tournament and stuff on UVS Ultra, and I built it. And going through that and getting the cards and thinking about it, it was a really good learning experience to acquire all the cards to that, because I was really thinking about what is going into the deck. So I found that was very helpful to learn what makes a deck in this game, you know? Right. And that's why I think these precons, which we play quite a lot of, is brilliant, because you're learning a lot about what goes into making a deck. Because I think without that, it's just that it could be a little bit impenetrable, maybe. But it is fun to build a deck and then then play it, then change a few cards, then play it again, then change half the cards because you realize that nothing was working, and then I don't know. It is fun to build your own decks as well, but it really depends what you want out the hobby. I feel like, actually, you know.
Yeah, I like building decks better.
You do like that a lot,
for sure. But I will say that Universus has hands down the best pre-constructed decks in all of TCGs.
Agreed. Yeah, I think
they're so good. They're so playable. If anything, you're tweaking cards, or you're realizing, oh, this Zero Foundation isn't the one I want because it doesn't go with this character, but the one from 2 sets ago is what I want, and you just swap these out for those. Like, the structure is there. I mean, we've played a lot of them, and we both have always consistently found the lines of the deck every time.
They're really well made, and they've got something going on in them that has been really well thought out, and it's not just card value, like monetarily or anything like that. There's like, oh, this deck does a thing that's new and interesting and fun.
Yeah. So that's my thing on net decking always, is that it's not something that I do regularly, but I do follow. Like, for example, right now in Star Wars, I know the decks that are most popular within the last 3 weeks. So I'm following it. And I have 1 or 2 of them built. But I try to also make other decks just to see what else could do. I like when somebody says, oh, this character doesn't work well. And I say, let me see if I can make a deck for it. And they go, yeah, you're right. That character doesn't work well.
I think if you're playing against the meta, in quotation marks, you have to at least be looking at what decks are being made, you know? So there's a big part of it as well. If you want to, so the knowledge of that is, especially if you're playing like semi-competitively with like at a store once a week or something, and you are there to win, you know. But
hopefully, I'm hoping that I'm going to go to Attack on Titan pre-release, but I don't know where I'm going to be and how everything's going to happen. So
yeah, that's this weekend, right? Attack on Titan.
Well, ours is going to be Tuesday. Our normal night is Tuesday, and it was easier for everybody to just do Tuesday. So I'm hoping that I'll still be around. I'm supposed to go visit my sister, so we'll see if I'm still around. But I'm planning to hope to go and whatnot. So we'll see. It's tricky because right now, being at the store, this coming week I'm playing D&D to learn D&D. So I'm playing on Monday night, and then Wednesday night I run Star Wars. So also being there Tuesday, it's just a lot of nights in a row.
I will say as well that with that's the thought. I had a thought, it's gone completely out of my mind. But oh yeah, that's right. It's that in Universus as well. When you're talking about net decking and stuff, there are certain things that are kind of not necessarily net decking, but there are certain things that have already been fairly well figured out in a way, like a throw package of cards. What they call them? Not a package, not a kit, something like a set of cards that works really well. Or like a hit, like with certain keywords, there's like 5 cards on a symbol that everyone has worked out that those are the best 5 cards that work on that symbol and thing. Yeah. So it is okay to net deck, like partially net deck in a sense. It's like, okay, I'm going to play on the Earth symbol with this character. I need some good throw cards. the throw package of cards that you probably will be playing has fairly well been worked out. And you can just grab those and put them in. And like what you were saying, then I'm going to just put in a bunch of different foundations, maybe that do a completely different thing to what anyone else might be expecting.
Yep.
Anyway,
I agree with you.
it is
It was my enhance after your attack.
I enhanced already, right?
All right. Yeah. So I think you're throwing a 3-speed low with 5 damage at me.
I certainly am. How did I add the first 1 extra damage? If you have less health than your rival, this attack gets 1. Yeah, that's right. I did my first enhance on my character. That's right. It's all you.
Well, sir,
I needed to mill 1 as well, because that's the cost of that. So I've milled 1.
Being a dragon lore expert, I know how to slow down your low attack. So it's going to be a 1 speed.
No, come on.
Does it have death or fire?
Death, yeah.
So it's -1 damage as well.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. That's what. All right, so say 1 low for a 1 low for 4 again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to add the top card of my discard pile to my hand, and then discard 1 discard 1 random card if you discarded a copy of the same. Oh, it's random. That is worse. Okay, well, I won't be doing that then, because that's never going to work out, because I've got a handful of cards. Okay, I'm going to stun you for 1. Is the next thing I'm doing.
Okay.
After you.
Done. Shouldn't I be committed? Yeah, I readied myself, but I should be committed. I got nothing.
You're down on foundations as well now, aren't you? Or have you got 1 foundation still?
I've got 1 foundation. This is Trinket here, the bear.
Okay. I am going to flip this and mill 3. If I mill a spell, I get to draw a card. How would I know if it's a spell?
Down below, where the keywords are.
Oh, yeah, that's that. Wound restore. That's a spell. And then that, and then this. Yeah, so I did indeed mill a spell. So I get to draw 1. Drawing cards is only good if I can do something with them. Okay, I'm going to add a pamphlet counter to a card in your rival's stage.
Okay.
I will choose the bear. And this attack gets +2 speed. So it's back up to being a 3 for 4.
I got nothing.
I will commit this. Actually, yeah, I'm going to commit this and draw a card. And I pass as well. So go to blocks if you wish.
All right. I will try to block with this low 2, so it's going to be a 5. I check a 6.
Oh, darn.
Block.
Okay.
I have 1 card in hand.
Excellent. Good to know. I'm now going to... Okay. Okay, I see what's happening here. I'm going to go for Sniping Bolt on a 4. Check to 5. If your rival has not taken damage this turn, this attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each attack in your card pool. So this is going to be which is just the ability of the card. It's not a response or an enhance. So this is going to be a 4 mid for 5.
Okay. I will pass.
Okay, I'm also going to remove Spirit Lollipop. Your attack gets +3 damage, and I gain 2 health.
So your attack gets plus what?
It gets +3 damage and I gain 2 health, so it becomes a
It's an 8.
4, 5, 6, 7.
No, 7.
Oh,
I will pass again.
sorry, I did that to speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are right, it's an 8. Sorry, I was doing speed rather than. So you're correct. It's a 4 mid for 8 now. I pass. Go to blocks if you wish.
I shall not. I shall take that spell. What was it? A spell of some sort?
Sniping bolt.
I will take that sniping bolt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 14. I've just got to kill you this turn. That's all. Okay.
Do it.
There's a few things.
You could also play a whole spread of foundations if you have them and block me next turn.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm looking at my options here, and I'm looking at my options and just trying to work out what I think is probably the
Oh
best.
man, Matthew.
What?
So bad on my part. I just realized. All the way back to last turn.
Yeah.
Not lying. I gave mine +3 speed, and then it should have been -1 speed for the other attack, and then you checked a 5, which means you should have blocked. It literally made that difference.
Well, we live and die by the sword. It wasn't anyone's mistake. Anyone's fault.
Well, it's not bad actually. If you gain 4 health and I lose this momentum, we're good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Makes a huge difference because you literally missed the check by 1, and it was my fault.
Okay. Well, thank you for being open for that. I appreciate that a lot. On that note, I've still got to survive the next turn. So
yeah, it's true. It's true.
I am going to. I'm going to add the top card. Yeah, I'm going to do my first enhanced, which is add the top card of your discard pile to your hand, which is a spirit.
Wait, you're not in enhanced steps. You got to.
Oh, I'm not. I need to. Yes, you're absolutely correct. I'm in. I need to play a card to enter enhanced steps. You are so right. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for that. In that case, I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to play some foundations. So on a 3, check to 5, Knots Flask, which was is that banned yet? I think was that in and out pretty quick. Or I can't remember if Knots Flask got banned.
I remember it was popular. I don't remember. I saw the new ban list was nothing.
Yeah, it was Mop Strike. I think the card was called from the Dark Tournament set that got banned basically immediately. And then on a 5, check to 3, I'm gonna fail that. So that's me done. I'm gonna add this to my momentum. This goes to a discard, and this will go to my stage. After you. Gosh, I love this game.
Okay, interesting.
I have 4 cards in hand, just for your information. And a tenacious will to live. Actually, being at 16 rather than being at 12 is feels like a big difference. Honestly, that is true.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, in that case, I was like, man, I just don't know how you're going to block me when I get +3 speed on every attack. And then I was like, wait a second, I don't. Wait a second, last turn, like it all went through my head.
Yeah, it's got diminishing returns, which is a big difference, right?
And literally, you missed your check by 1, so I was like, we got to go back. There's just no other way. I wouldn't feel good about it. I just have to decide between attempting or not attempting. So I'm just looking here.
Yeah, working out if you think you can get it done.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I don't like interesting. I like, oh no, this isn't going to work. That's what I
This
like. I don't like interesting.
This will never work. All right, let's try it. On a 4. Checks a 3.
Good start.
Good start.
I've only got 3 foundations. I just realized that's not a huge amount of foundations.
First one, we'll give this +3 speed. It also has powerful, but I now have no momentum. So it's an 8,
cool.
8 speed mid for 3 damage.
Okay, 8 mid. Your speed, yeah. For how many damage did you just say? 3, did you say?
8, yeah, it's an 8 speed mid for 3 damage.
Okay, excellent. Do you have an enhanced? Was that enhanced to do that in general?
That was my enhance. Yep.
Okay. Well, I can't do that now because okay, it's interesting. Okay, I've got a lot of responses, not any real enhances. Pass. I actually haven't got a lot that I can do. I'm going to use Not's first enhance, which is going to be to draw a card, which I'll just tell you what that is because that's relevant. It's hand, axe, swing. And the reason I'm telling you what it is because I now have to, at random, discard a card.
Got it.
So I guess I have to reveal the card in order to do that. Otherwise, there's no way.
Isn't it the top card of your discard pile?
Oh, I guess it was the top card of my discard pile. So you would know what it was. Oh well.
Right.
Well, it's done. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna. If this is the same card, I get to add it to my momentum. I believe. Discard 1. If this discard is copied, add it to your momentum. It is not. After you. But it was fun.
All right.
Cool. Good enhance, Matthew. Great.
You did a fabulous job. All right, I'm going to mark my prey, which is you.
No.
So this is an enhance. This is an action. So it's an enhance from my hand on my attack. Your rival flips 1 foundation, but I need a 4. I check a 3. My plan is already going awry. So you have to flip 1 foundation of your choice.
All right.
Also, while this is in my card pool, I get +1 speed on my attacks.
All right, so this is back up to a 9.
9 speed for 3.
Okay. I pass.
Okay. Then I will do its enhance from here, which is mill 1. If it's an attack, I get +3 damage. It is not, so I get +1 damage. So it's a 4.
Okay, that's good. That's a good enhance. So it's for 4 now. Oh, do you know what? I've been having trouble finding the numbers on these dice. And I was like, oh, the 4 will be the opposite side of this 3. It sure isn't. That's why. It's not actually correct. The die, they're great. I love these dice. And I did purchase a product that was more expensive than I wanted to buy the dice after you told me about it. But and I am glad I've got them. But come on. Anyway,
that's
okay,
interesting.
so
Mine are opposite. Mine are all 7s on the opposite side.
well,
You got bum dice.
I got bum dice. I pass. So
all right, that is a 9 speed mid for 4 damage.
I take 4 damage. There's not much I can do for 9 speed. I mean, I would be in the realm of, well, technically I could find a 5, but I'm almost in the realm of trying to get a 6 again, which is, although I did win that one game last week on checking a 6, and I had the remembered that my character, that was for me epic.
That was good. All right, I'm going to play a storm of arrows because that's what everybody wants coming at them.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this one. Okay.
5, 6, 7. Check a 5.
Okay, not the worst.
6, 7.
Okay, what's this? What's the damage?
This is a 4 high for 5.
Okay.
I'm going to give it +2 speed because I'm not cheating this time.
Okay.
So it's a 6 high for 5 damage.
Okay, 6 high for
5. Nope. And then it gets +1 speed from this, so it is a 7.
Oh yeah, because of the mark your prey, was it?
Yep. Correct.
Or whatever it was. So 3, so it's a 7 high for 5. Okay. I'm going to do my first enhance my not the ray first enhance again. I'm going to add Trickster's Blessing back to my hand from my discard pile. I've got 5 cards, so this really isn't that. It's funny, it's a cool enhance, but I've also got a lot of card draw in this deck.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, if I only have 2. But then again, I'm not hoping to only have 1 card in my hand, so
Yeah, I remember that being a little wonky. You're like trying to hope, and then I can't remember if you discard the same card, you get a bonus of some sort.
That's right. If I discard the same card, with Trickster's Blessing, was it? I get to put it into my momentum.
Got it.
Holy crap! I get a momentum.
Nice.
That was a 1 in 5 chance, and it paid off. Wow. Okay, excellent. Hopefully, I live long enough to enjoy my momentum after you.
It is true. All right. I am going to. What do I do here? I'm going to do this enhance. It is not an attack, so it gets +1 damage. So it is a 7 high for 6.
Okay. I pass.
Yeah, I will also pass.
Okay, 7 high for 6. I think I'm taking 6 again. Putting me down to 6.
4?
Hmm?
Putting you down to 4?
I was. Oh, you're right, because I was on 16, then I took 4, which put me to.
Sorry, were you on 16? I thought you were on 14.
I was on 16 to start, then I took the first attack and the second attack.
Okay, so it's 6.
I believe it's 6.
Sounds good. All right, so this has a response that is Echo, so I can fire this again, and I can pay for it using an attack from my card pool.
That is superbly good.
So I will check this again. I still forget the Echo rule if it counts as here or I pick it up and play it here.
I think you just count the amount of cards that are in your card pool right now. So I don't think it counts as an extra. I think that's one of the benefits of Echo.
Okay, so it's
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think
I know.
As far as I'm concerned, you've got 1 card in your card pool apart from that card. So I think that is how we should play it.
All right, so it's a 3, but I check it on a 6, so I get my Storm of Arrows. Although then I can't do this enhance, correct? So it is a 5 high for 5.
Okay.
My first enhance will be to discard off the top of my deck. It is not 1, so it is +1 damage. So it's a 5 high for 6.
Okay, I have got very lucky. I have to block this, otherwise I'm dead. That's the interesting part here. Okay, I pass. I've got nothing I can do really to stop other than attempt to block it.
Hey, Adam. I hope to be at Level Up. I went to the first 2 and I enjoyed them. Level Up, Matthew, is the retreat that is Board Game Co. Alex.
That's right. Paula went to last year, I believe, as well.
Yeah. I taught Paula Bardwood Grove there, in fact.
She was, I believe she was like invited and everything. I didn't get an invite, so I wasn't there.
I had a weird invite, which is Carl Van Ostren had an invite with 2 badges, so he gave me his.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Nice. But Adam here played with us, with Carl and I, several games. So hopefully I will be able to attend. Adam is also an avid Marvel Champions player. So.
Oh, excellent. Is it Pennsylvania? Where is it?
It was in Connecticut, then it
In
went to New Jersey. They're trying to make one that's
New
in the New
Jersey.
York area. So they were in
Right.
Connecticut, which was super easy for me. In fact, that first one, I helped them with like takedown and everything because it was in
that's
my
cool.
own state. Then they jumped to the other side. And unfortunately, going through New York is just so hard.
It's
You
the wrong
got
side
to
of New
pick
York,
the
isn't
right
it?
time of day.
Yeah.
So New Jersey, it not only is it like, oh, well, instead of driving an hour and 20 minutes, it's 3 hours. It's like plus traffic. So
It was much more convenient, from what I understand, for people who were flying in, though.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard good things. About it.
No, it's a great like playing convention, right? Like they have new games to play. You have people. It's kind of that one room thing, so you kind of find everybody. One big ballroom. Great playing convention. So good spot. All right. Where was I at? So I'm going to add Trinket here to my card pool. Add him to the card pool, get +4 damage. So this is now a 5 high for 10.
Okay, that's interesting. That doesn't, for me, that doesn't change anything. So that's good.
Yep.
I'm like, because it kills me or not, I still just have to block it. Pass.
I will pass.
All right, so I'm going to block this with sniping bolt, which is a two block modifier. So this is going to be, I need to check a 7 essentially.
Yep.
Checked 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice. Ooh, that puts me in a tough spot.
Well, the reason I didn't block the first 2 attacks was because I knew I only had the option to block the attack that was going to kill me, essentially. You know what I mean?
Sure. Makes sense. Yeah, I was hoping that I would check this one easier, and then it would have allowed me to
play another attack.
Use this card, which lets me put an attack on top, so that this one gets +3 damage, and also then use my ability, not only the speed, but also use my ability to deal damage to you directly. So that 3 check on the 6 is what hurt me.
Was past painful.
But I went for it.
Yeah, and this, frankly, I won't call them strategies or tactics, but the way I've done this time is me learning how to play this game slightly better.
Definitely.
Your defense was spot normally on. I would block the first attack because there's an attack going, but I took 2 attacks because I knew I had to block the 3rd attack or whatever, So.
All right, we'll play Twins Bond on a 5, checks a 6, and we'll play a Mother's Embrace on a 5, checks a 3, fails. I got 1 readied foundation.
Okay, I've got to make this.
I don't have a pamphlet counter anymore because it was on this card that's gone.
Oh, okay, cool. So, by the way, pamphlet counters, for anyone that's wondering, is on this card spreading the word.
Gone face
and
down.
If I can get 10 pamphlet counters onto your stage, I win, essentially. So it's an alternate win card.
No, thank you.
And I'm a big fan of counters in this game. I know some people don't like counters because it's alternate win cons and stuff, but I love that type of stuff. I'm going to draw 4 cards as is and I'm going to discard this.
They're mostly hard to reach.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the heck do you do?
Now I might be dead here.
That's a pretty darn good card, actually, which could be useful. All right. Yeah, I feel like I got to go for it. So let's look at what my options are. Just having a quick read. First. Oh, that's interesting. It's so smart. I'm like, cool. I should play this card first, and it's the check on it. I'm like, I shouldn't play this card first, but I'm gonna have to. Actually, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with targeting blast on a 4. Let's bring these down so we get a bit less glare. I need to work out a better system for this glare situation. Target. So it's a 5 mid for 4. I need to check a 4. Checked a 5. Okay. And I will add a pamphlet counter to your stage. You can choose where to put it, if I'm honest. And I don't think it's going to make any difference in the long run. And add 2 speed to this. So it's a 7 mid for 4.
Okay. You got nothing.
Okay. I'm going to mill 1. If you have less health than your rival, this attack gets +1 damage and gains stun 1, which so I'm going to mill 1. And this gets +1, so it becomes a 7 mid for 5.
I'll pass, and then you'll stun this.
I'm going to stun you, yeah. And then I pass as well. To blocks.
I will just take the 5 and go to 9, and hope you don't have more attacks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do, unfortunately, but we'll see. Okay, so also this has a response. After this attack deals damage, your next attack gets +2 speed, which is why I played it.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, gosh, you know, I didn't do this. There you go. It's interesting. I didn't pump this spell as hard as I could have because I thought that might be the one you're going to block. But I'm going to play. It's not Echo, but it is essentially Echo because
there you go. Nice.
Got another targeting blast. It again comes in as a 5 mid for 4. I need to check a 5. Checked a 5. So this is going to be a 5 mid for 4, but because it's of the previous targeting blast dealing damage, this is actually going to be a 7 mid for 5.
Is it for 4 or for 5?
For 4, sorry. 7 mid for 4.
Got it.
And my first enhance will be to give it +4 damage because it has powerful 2, and I'm going to discard 2 momentum.
1 away from killing me.
That's the thing. So it's so it's a 7 for 8 now.
Pass.
I will mill a card. Oh, I don't have. Are you on? Yeah, I do still have less. Okay, I'm gonna mill 1, and I have less health than you still.
Yep.
Giving this +1 damage, and I can stun you, but I don't think there's anything to stun.
Nothing left.
Have I any way to give this more speed? I don't believe I do.
I have no foundations, and it's 7. So even if I had a 1, I'd have to check an 8.
Oh, true, very true. Okay, I passed. This is it's a 7 for 9 at this point.
You got me.
Are you done?
That's it. You got the win. Whew, nice. I wanted to see that big old blast. I can't remember what it's called, but it's
big freaking explosion.
Big freaking explosion.
Is that in this deck?
Yeah.
I never saw it. Oh, I'm sure it's got to be here.
I love that card.
Unless
I can't even remember why.
Big freaking explosion. I'll read it to you. There's a copy of it here. It says, I think there's only 1 copy or maybe 2 copies. There's 2 copies in the deck, and they're both. All my shiny cards were. Which low down. So this is big freaking explosion. It says enhance speed 1, spend 1 momentum, mill 3. This attack gets +1 damage for each attack in your discard pile. Right. If you milled 3 attacks this way, you lose health equal to half of the attack's damage. So
it burns you
because it's a big freaking explosion. So you got to be careful, right? So, but it's huge. Good game. Thank you for playing.
Great card to go with Bakugo.
Yeah, I think that's such a Bakugo card, and it is on fire, obviously, which makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice, sir. You got me. No, you definitely played the defense very well. Like you waited till the right ones to block, match up your zones, take damage. Take the small hits.
I'm learning. I think a bit better in the game, and that is definitely down to you and your patience in teaching. So I do appreciate that immensely. I would not be as confident. I was thinking about this today actually while I was riding my bike home from town, and I thought, man, this is probably one of the first TCGs where I've really got into and maintained my enthusiasm for the game because I've actually been able to play it.
Right.
You know, so I'm so appreciative that we've been doing this as often as we have. It really has. It's because it's just really cemented this game as something I really like. I love it. So thank you for playing.
Yeah, no problem. I
These
think
are
it's so important with sorry, I don't think it's important. I just think it's a thing for people to understand. Like, you and I come from a lot of board games.
yeah,
And
of
so
course.
there's kind of this idea that like TCGs are bad. Like, they're all about opening packs and finding cards and spending too much money. And there's definitely that element, especially for ones that are very collectible or have highly sought after cards or things like that. But honestly, a game like this, and even how Magic has become, it's just not really that same way anymore. It's really about the community of people you get to play with. It's kind of like this. It's like how everybody, even though they don't want to play Monopoly, they probably know Monopoly. Like, they could just sit down and play without a rules teach. So you're gaining those kind of things from the games. And we are showing off that you could play this game casually and have fun. I mean, it's hard because some people have the collector mentality. So they're like, until I have 4 copies of every card, I'm not having fun. It's not the best thing for them. But honestly, people that play board games, buying these Godzilla decks or buying these Critical Role decks and playing, it's a lot of fun to just have those 2 decks on you, or find somebody else to buy one of the others and then have them and swap.
You could be so, as a board gamer especially, you could be so content with once or twice a year picking up the challenger decks that come out for this game, and honestly just playing with those decks and not even entering, not opening a booster pack other than the collector pack that comes with the challenger deck sometimes. You know, I really feel like you could be, although saying that, I should have some cards I could add to these decks now I think about it, because I do that regardless. But yeah, I think you can be so content just playing this game as a game you play rather than a game I collect and play. I do think so. I love it. It's brilliant. And like, there's a Star Wars Challenger decks coming out, Star Trek Challenger decks coming out if you like lower decks and all that type of stuff. And I think they're doing a great job with doing different sets and different IPs and everything, and it does help a lot of time getting people into it. It's just, I love it. It's great. It's great, dude. I love it.
Agreed.
Sorry, I'll just you can't see this, but I'll just pop you down to 0 because you died.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll not be playing next Friday because I will be away, so we'll have to see. But we also had promised Star Wars, so I guess we need to figure that out.
Yeah, I need to sort out a deck, and I
play some Star Wars.
I might net deck something myself, if I'm honest. But we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Although I've heard double yellow hand is something. Double yellow hand. I've heard it's a thing. So we'll see.
It's definitely a thing. So we'll have to see from there. So awesome. Thank you, Matthew, as usual. Thank you, everybody, for watching now or afterward. We appreciate you joining us. This is just casual hang out and play, as casual as it gets. So there's that.
Which is important to show that this game can be played that way. I really do think that's important. All right.
Agreed. Thanks, everybody. I'm not sure what's up and coming. I'm not around as much, but there are several games that I want to get played on the channel that I just don't get around to because often I want to play with people. And so it's making sure that I prioritize playing with Matthew and playing Marvel Champions with the other guys. So those are the things that I prioritize playing because that's the most fun for me. Even though there's stuff I want to show off. So, all right. Until next time, I'm the Brant, and I hope you step into the portal. Bye, everybody.